Traditions, history, beautiful deserted beaches. It's not difficult to see what draws visitors to Lamu Island. On first glimpse, it seems to have remained immune to the influences of the last few centuries. The old town, dating back to the 12th century, was granted World Heritage status in 2001. It's the oldest and best preserved Swahili settlement in East Africa. The island's population is almost exclusively Muslim. The men still wear white robes, and the women cover themselves in black from head to toe.
Everyone comes here because it's so peaceful. We don't want speedboats. We don't want the fast life here. That's what's so great about it. That's the delicate balance we're in.
British hotelier Gillies Turl liked the island so much that he decided to stay. He bought Fatima's Tower, then ruins, in 1998. He restored it into a guest house in keeping with typical Swahili style. In its heyday, the 16th century, the island was a busy trading post and a magnet for the Arabic sailing vessels, or dhows, which brought trade across the Indian Ocean. But in the 70s, it was brought back to life. Its saviour, tourism. For islanders like Abdul Alim, who lives on the popular Shella beach, it's a vital source of income.
Oh, it is a big change. It's not the Shella that I know anymore. All has changed. The Shella that I grew up with was a lot of ruins, a lot of bush, and now we have all these, I must say, good new houses. We have a lot of foreigners came and built houses here. And the good thing about it is that they have increased our life, because having a tourist with us, it has improved our life.
Many say Lamu is now at a turning point, with influences of the modern world slowly creeping in. The beach is the main attraction, 12 kilometres of uninterrupted sand, with barely a soul in sight. And this is about as wild as it gets here. Paponi's is the only bar on Shella. Situated on the waterfront, this upmarket hotel is one of the few places where you can buy alcohol. There are no roads, so getting around is by foot, donkey or boat. I chose the traditional sailing vessel. A dhow ride is an essential part of the island experience. You get a real sense that you're floating back in time, and it's a great way to take in the scenery. We reach the old town, a myriad of ancient alleyways and majestic houses. But whilst its World Heritage status has helped bring money in to preserve these buildings, the flip side is that property prices have rocketed as foreigners rush in to buy second homes from locals who can't afford the upkeep.
If we're not careful, we might have a town which does not have the indigenous people. And generally you cannot have a Swahili town without the Swahili people. If you do not regulate it, then with time you will forget what was important to begin with. And that might come as a result of those values being eroded.
Back on Shella, the annual Eid celebration takes on a new twist with the tug-of-war competition. It's a fitting metaphor for the struggle the island has between the past and the present. But for Abdul, it's the future that he's far more concerned with.
When I was maybe 7 years old, we didn't even have a school here, an English school. So my kids now are prouding because they can go to school here, and we have a school here, secondary school and all that. So in the back years, we are really like, there are very few who are educated. But now we can see most of our kids here, they are well educated. And we're proud of that.